I've decided that I'm going to eat at every quick service location on Disney property, but free will isn't nearly as fun, so... Alright, so the wheel's playing tricks on us this week, because it did give us resorts, and then it finally gave us a dining hall when it's been giving us pool bars for the past couple weeks. But the trick is that it then landed on Roaring Fork, which is also at the Wilderness Lodge Resort. And I just went to the Wilderness Lodge for Whispering Canyon last week on my TikTok. Opening in 1994 with the rest of the resort, Roaring Fork is the quick service location at the Wilderness Lodge Resort. So, let's go to Wilderness Lodge again for my first time at the Roaring Fork. And let's get rankings, starting with the theme. I do think this place is really cozy. It's themed to be a national park cabin, and I feel like the decor does a great job of capturing that. It may be a small space, but I think that does add to its charm. There is also outdoor seating, so if you can't find a seat inside, or if you'd just like to take your food outside to admire the beautiful resort, you can do that as well. It may be a simple theme, but it is very much effective. Plus, the logo is really cute. So, while some of you guys may find it dramatic, I do think that everything the theme has to offer is perfectly on point. So I think I am gonna go all the way up to a 5 out of 5 on theme for this one. Now let's move on to the food. For the most part, Roaring Fork does serve barbecue. It keeps things consistent with the general food vibes of Wilderness Lodge. So first off, we got the barbecued brisket and burnt ends, which are a dinner-only offering. And this dish was amazing. For starters, we have the burnt ends, and my God, these were just delicious. The meat was so moist and that barbecue sauce on top was just perfect. It also comes with those full cuts of brisket, and these were really good as well. Unlike our brisket from Whispering Canyon, this one was not dry. It was so moist and flavorful, and was also topped with the same barbecue sauce that I liked so much on the burnt ends. I think I did prefer the burnt ends, but that's personal preference. The brisket was great too. This dish does also come with some sides, starting with mashed potatoes. I do think these are the same mashed potatoes at Whispering Canyon, and if they aren't, then they just taste mighty similar, and by that I mean they're delicious. Nice, delicious, and buttery. It also comes with a slaw that I enjoyed quite a bit. It wasn't as mayo forward as the Whispering Canyon slaw, which makes me think that this is prepared differently, but overall, I thought this one had a pretty nice flavor. I will say the one con of this dish was the cornbread. I do love cornbread, and the flavor here did deliver, but it was just a pretty dry slice, so I opted to not have all that much of it. But overall, this whole dish is amazing, and I do think I preferred almost everything on it over Whispering Canyon. And I saved money, and I wasn't stressed the whole time. This is a win for me. Moving on, we got the grilled cheese featuring bacon and crispy onion straws. I was hesitant to get this because I know I just got a very similar sandwich from Maji Pool Bar, but we also just got similar barbecue from Whispering Canyon, so screw it. I'm already being repetitive, and I am glad I made that call because this sandwich is sensational. It was so incredibly gooey and cheesy. At certain bites, that cheese felt almost like a sauce, like that's how gooey it was. And all the elements with it just melted together in the most beautiful way. It is way better than the one at Maji Pool Bar. I already liked the one at Maji Pool Bar, but this one is better by a mile. So that should speak to just how good it is. And I do think it's a must get for the cheese lover in your life. Now for dessert, we got quite the collection. See, while we were eating, some cast members noticed that we were doing a food review, got very excited, and began asking us what we thought of the food, and told us some of their favorites. And we couldn't decide which desserts to try, so naturally, we decided to try their favorites. So get ready for triple dessert. On Misa's recommendation, we got the Bear Mousse Cake. This is a raspberry mousse almond cake in a dark chocolate ganache. And first off, he's adorable. Little guy looks just like Ron Swanson, and I am here for it. And it also tasted really good as well. The dark chocolate was a bit rich, but it is toned down just enough by that raspberry mousse. It kind of reminded me of a chocolate-covered strawberry in mousse form, which I loved. It was delicious. Even if I did feel a little bad smashing poor Ron's face. Poor little guy. On Chloe's recommendation, we got the Roaring S'more. This is a chocolate mousse, graham cracker cake, and caramel marshmallow. And as soon as I could figure out how to take a bite, because the marshmallow kept trying to slip away from me, it was being stubborn, I discovered that this was also super tasty. Once again, that chocolate mousse proved to be a bit rich, but it was given plenty of other flavors to work off of that evened it out a bit. I also loved that filling inside, and the graham cracker cake was a nice unique addition as well. And finally, thanks to McKinley's help, we tried the Magic Cookie Bar. And this one ended up being my favorite out of the three. It felt like a brookie where the chef said, screw it, put everything we have in there, and then this Frankenstein was the result. There's chocolate, there's M&Ms, there's coconut, but it never felt too overwhelming because your palate could always find that delicious cookie in every bite as something consistent. Everything worked together so perfectly. Truthfully, I gobbled it up pretty quickly. This one wasn't even on my radar before I got here, so thank you, McKinley, for introducing me to it, if you're watching. Once again, I would like to shout out these 3 cast members. They did not have to go this out of their way to make our meal at the Wilderness Lodge Resort magical, but they did, and I think that that's super fun. Sometimes you're just reminded that cast members are the magic. It sounds cheesy, but you are, and this was one of those situations for me, so thank you guys, if you're watching. So it's safe to say all the food here did really impress me, so I am gonna give the food a perfect 5 out of 5. Lastly, did I discover something? Would I choose to eat here over the choices I usually make at Disney resorts? Absolutely I will. Even if you take the sweet interactions that we had with those cast members out of the equation, I still had an excellent meal here. The food was perfect, the vibes were great. I liked it more than Whispering Canyon. I'm not afraid to say it, and I saved money. Amazing. So yes, I do absolutely think I will be back. If you're staying at the Wilderness Lodge, I think you should check it out. And truthfully, I may even take the boat ride from Magic Kingdom on my Magic Kingdom days to get the food here. That's how good I found it. So, Roaring Fork clocks in at a 10 out of 10. And I think I do have to put it in second place out of 102. Okay, I know this feels like a race for second place here. I'll admit my Satuli bias is a bit large, but this is the first place that I feel truly competes with it. So that says something. But we'll see what's next.